7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
5 tips for people to get better at FBA.
5 tips for people to get better at the FBA. The first one is to adopt my motto, which is my Facebook profile picture, which is, remember, nobody cares, work harder. Because no one cares, you know? There are some great people in the world, but at the end of the day, only you have to decide that, you know? Whining, complaining, talking about how difficult this is, how hard this is. You know, I could sit here and I could give you a 30-minute speech on things in my business that are difficult or challenging, you know, whether it be, you know, challenges with an employee or challenges with a product or something that tanked that I lost money on. But at the end of the day, no one cares. I run a business, and some things are going to be difficult. If it was easy, everyone would do it, and it would be profitable anymore. So, you know, remember that nobody cares, work harder. I would say the number 2 thing is try to think outside the box a little bit. You know, think, like I said, think of those stores that you have that nobody else has. Relationships, and this is something I'm still working on, but, you know, do you have that sister's cousin who is related to a Walmart manager that might be able to, you know, hook you up with a good deal? Do you have that mom and pop shop that you're friends with one of the owner's kids who might need some help making some extra sales, you know, and they could get you a good deal on products. So try to think outside the box. Think of advantages and connections that you have that you don't have. Always think about extra ways to add money to your business. For example, for me, and I'll just throw a recommendation out there, I found a Fidelity Visa. And what Fidelity Visa does is it gives me 2% back on every dollar I spend, but it also lets me it basically deposits that money directly into a Fidelity retirement account. So that way, as a reseller who is basically self-employed, you know, I don't have a retirement through my job, I can actually, that money's not coming out of my pocket. I'm just getting, you know, money deposited every month for me, and all I have to do is keep buying inventory, which I do anyway. So, you know, think of ways, and I've been told Shopkick, you know, apps like that, cashback. Robert Benares in the Green Room is great about doing online arbitrage and looking for different cashback websites. So, you know, things that add extra money to your business. And I am by no means an expert. There are so many of them out there, but think outside the box. Number 3, was it number 3 or number 4? Number 4. Number 4, and this is huge, and this is whether you're new, whether you're middle, whether you're at the top, know your numbers. Go into your Amazon Seller Central. There's a button for payments, and I can find it if people need help finding it. Start looking at your SKUs. See how much you're actually making, because I promise, I have personally seen people, they just see that payout, they think they're making money, but when they start looking at the SKUs, this SKU's losing money, this SKU's losing money, because once you calculate all those fees, inbound shipping, your time is worth money. If you're working at McDonald's, and I was working at Taco Bell, so I'm certainly not knocking McDonald's, your time is worth, you know how much your time is worth. If you quit a better job, you know how much your time is worth. And there is something to be said for doing something you love versus something you don't. But at the end of the day, know the value of your time and know your numbers. Know how much inventory you're holding. I always want to look at how many bad SKUs do I have, because I can't sit here and be like, oh, my deposit from Amazon was this much and my sales were this much. If I'm like, but I have $300,000 in dead inventory that's never going to sell, like anyone can get lucky once, you know, 1 out of 4 times. So know your numbers. And I would say number 5 would be take advantage of the tools that are available to you. I personally use a repricer. I personally use inventory labs. And don't get me wrong, if you're new, you don't need to just jump in feet first and put all the money into all of these different things, because there are so many gurus and self-help things and ebooks and softwares, you'll go crazy. But if a nice label printer saves you time, your time is money. Do the math. If having inventory software saves you time, saves you money, do the math. Because at the end of the day, you have to say, my time is worth this, this will save me this much time, and it's worth this. And that goes back to knowing your numbers. As long as you know your numbers, you can make a decision on almost anything. With, you know, I can say, hey, this is great software. You run the numbers, you decide if it's great for your business model, because only you can decide that. That's part of being your own boss versus working for the man.